The Eagles are set to perform Hotel California in its entirety later on this year. I'm John Bowden from Rock History Music. Hotel California so far has gone 26 times platinum. That's 26 million copies in the US alone, 43 million worldwide. And the title song's been streamed on Spotify 417 million times. Fleetwood Mac's top song is Go Your Own Way with 265 million streams. The Eagles will be all over Europe this year, but there's only 2 shows in North America. That's at the MGM Grand in Vegas, September 27th and September 28th, where, as I mentioned, they'll be performing Hotel California from start to finish for the first time ever. I didn't realize this. Somehow I had to look it up and going, it is the first time they've ever done it. And I know you might be thinking 2 shows. Well, wait a second. Only a few thousand people will get to see this. Well, here's the thing. The speculation is they're going to do this again and go through the albums. I can remember getting this album in the latter part of 1976. I remember being very excited about it because when you love a band, there comes a sense of trust with the band. I loved One of These Nights. I really didn't think Hotel California could top that because I had a feeling that, well, you know, you do this with artists sometimes, you go, well, they're not going to get any, but they couldn't possibly be better than that. And even though on a lot of days of the year I will like One of These Nights more, some other days of the year, I like Hotel California more. I remember opening it up, you know, and there's that thing with artists that you love where, like I said, there's a nervousness. They're hooked onto something that you don't know. You don't own it. That's why you idolize them or love them. They inspire us. But I'd be looking inside, you know, I'd be looking at the individual players, wondering if they're really all pissed off at each other or they're just trying to look cool. But I had this thing as a music fan in my teens. I would look at whenever there was an artist picture on an album, I would look at them and wonder, they must know more now. There's more life experience. Or has drugs and alcohol and being petty and being in your 20s and being a rock and roll star, has that made you crazy? So I was thinking of all things when Hotel California came out. I was thinking about that going, I wonder what was going on. A few years ago, as most of you know, I had a chance to talk to Randy Meisner. This was his last album with the band. He left after the Hotel California tour. And I said, how bad was it? And if you've listened to the interviews, they're on this channel, by the way. Just look up Randy Meisner on my channel. He got into a fist fight with Glenn Frey. He was finished. He just wanted to do his own thing. So with the love of an artist, there's always that curiosity of who they are. You can find out through their lyrics, of course, but then you want to dig deeper and you want to know, wow, they did find out, or they did become wiser. They got to know things. Yes, that's Glenn Frey's autograph on that. They just got deeper into their craft while they were slowly falling apart. And I could talk about Hotel California for hours, but I will mention this. There was not a bad track on this album. And even though New Kid in Town and the title track reached number 1, Life in the Fast Lane peaked at number 11, Randy Meisner's Try to Love Again could have easily been a hit, and I love that song to this day. Of all the songs that have stood the test of time on that album, that's the one that I like, and I'm honored to have said that I've interviewed Randy Meisner. Now here's the thing, there's only 2 members of the Eagles that will be on stage in Vegas that were on this album. It's of course Don Henley and Joe Walsh. Joe Walsh had just recently replaced Bernie Leadon, who left after One of These Nights. We lost Glenn Frey in 2016. Meisner, as I mentioned, left after the Hotel California tour. Bernie Leadon left after One of These Nights. And Don Felder came back for the big When Hell Freezes Over tour, but eventually left, not on good terms, in 2001. And the remaining current lineup of the Eagles features Timothy B. Schmidt, who replaced Randy Meisner, plus Glenn Frey was replaced by his son Deacon and country artist Vince Gill. Every song on One of These Nights is instantly recognizable. As I mentioned, every song could have been a hit with the exception of the orchestral reprise of Wasted Time. So you'll be in the audience if you go to this, and it'll be like going home again because you'll know everything on it. I think it's cool they're doing this. I think they're going to do it again. It's like an olive branch a little bit. I think they're doing that. And I'm not one of those people who thinks that the Eagles should go away. I'm glad they're still around. Sorry I've been gone for a few days. I've had a really bad man cold. But this morning I realized that I have an interview with Alan Parsons tomorrow. A few radio people in the next few days that I got to get my act together. So I have to go shower up and get myself ready. Hope I look presentable. Make sure you comment on our video, subscribe to our channel, and share our videos. The way we're going to look at volunteers now is, and we tried a lot of different things that did not work with volunteers. If you are a lover of, let's say, 5 different bands and you know a lot about them, you can't guess, you got to know your stuff, and you want to be a correspondent and you want to come on if something happens. If there's news on Journey, you want to come on with me with Journey, or if you like Black Sabbath, if that's the case, just get a hold of me through the Rock History Music Facebook group. Email me there. Let me know what bands you're familiar with. You have to be on Skype. You have to come on camera with me. And that's the way we're going to do it from now on. We've already done a little bit of that, but it seems to be working really well. Make sure you comment on our videos, subscribe to our channel, and share our videos. I'm John Bowden from Rock History Music.